Alright, hi guys, this is the 30th of October in 2020. What I'm getting ready to do here is we unloading the junkie skidder there, and the Derek and them just put the wide tires back on them. I'm getting ready to talk about that here in a second. That's Ruby Red Bome. Ain't she a cutie? She's full of piss and vinegar. She's a good puppy. And I'm telling you, I didn't know nothing about a red bone, and she's a high dollar red bone. She's not a cheap pup, but I never realized how good a dog them were. I mean, that would be a good dog to have. Anybody's looking for a puppy now. Them type of puppies would make good. But he went a long ways and got this one, and I'm not showing you. I don't share where the landowner is or nothing like that because I don't want to open that box. So. I ain't going to tell you where, to get a hold of a guy to ask him about the dog or nothing like that. So you just got to assume. You just got to take whatever I'm giving you on that if you don't mind. But I think the dog's I don't know, she's a high dollar pup. And she's in the bathroom right now. She's a high dollar pup, but I don't know if all of them's like that or what. I don't know much about them. But she's a real sweet dog. I really like that dog. Everybody did on the crew. Everybody really liked that pup. But we're in honor of the pup. We're naming this job the Ruby Red Bome job. So all the videos on this is going to be on the Ruby Red Bome job. Now, as I take the skidder back here, it rained quite a bit the past few days. We actually been rained out for a week. Been working on stuff at the mill. Been doing all kinds of stuff. That's a good thing about our company. Well, I like where company structure there. When you're not logging, you got plenty to do. There's never, people talk about getting rained out and sitting on their butts and their duffs and not having something to do. Well, that don't happen here. We stay pretty much busy all year round. You aren't always doing a job that's fun. Sometimes you got to do other jobs, but we do stay busy. And this little oak spot here, that's a wet spot. Daggone, that's a wet spot. But in this video, I'm gonna do a little yakking here if we get the skidder part, kind of get you all run to speed on how the job is and everything, and then we're gonna go get to work and open this job up on Sunday. Sunday we're gonna start logging this thing back in this area, and gonna set the boom up here, and Derek and Robin, they're gonna cut back here, and then me and Stevie and Junkyard and Roger, we're gonna just skid straight off the cutters, and we're gonna come through this area and work our way back towards Derek and Robin back here, while Big Daddy sets up in front of us and heads on back to the job. But and stick around for a service truck tour. Some people have been asking me to give a service truck tour, and I'll get ready to do that here in a minute. So stick around. Well, we'll start on this job either Saturday or Sunday. I'd say Sunday by the looks of it. Let's go down and take a look in the woods. Derek and them had been cutting here for a day and a half. Derek and Robin the first day, and then Derek and Roger the second day. Roger and Robin being skidding off of Derek. It's nice having these two cutters because they get you a head start on things. Let's go down here and take a look at what we got coming up. All right, at this point, it is Friday afternoon. We have been out of logging since last Friday. I think we moved off the job. The other job packed up and moved out last Friday. We've been working on equipment and stuff. Oh, where's it not? The sticks are still big timber, but it's pretty common, more common sized timber, closer to common. What we come off of was the biggest tree average in our company history. Of any job we've ever logged in our company history, that's what the last job was, tree average wise. Now, it's not saying that the trees on it was the biggest trees we've ever cut, but it was, as a job, as per capita, it was the largest
footage per tree ever. This old boy's got this red bone dog. He's back there barking at stuff. He's just getting after it. Oh yeah, it's soft down here, but it's draining well. Look out there, it's draining real well. Walnut bottom down here. Ooh, nerve-wracking place. Interesting. Well, at least it don't lay as bad as what we've been on. It's a daggone sight better. But there's still plenty of Brutus cutting here, looks like. Yeah, better give this time to run down. That's what I think. Yeah, this needs a little time to run down. All right, well, let's get out of here. I got my truck parked. Let's get out of here. Got my truck parked out in the road. Now, a couple things I wanted to cover. That boom rotates the swivel on that boom. And any of you out there that's doing swivels is kind of feeling how it is. To me, before you all do yours, it was aggravating. It was definitely doable, but it was aggravating. The electric's running down through the daggone thing, sent me for a daggone loop. I had a pin messed up in a connector. One thing led to another. We had one diode go bad. They got a row of diodes underneath the dash. One diode went bad, and another diode grounded out solid. So every time you hit the button, it'd pop a breaker. Along going with my, of course, there's backfeeding issues from under the belly of the beast because of that pin I didn't have hooked up, I assume. It sent us for a loop. Now, how about had to go on medicine? I'm telling you. The guys complain about these tall tires we put on these skidders in summertime. And you can clearly see why. The wide tires are shorter. The narrow tires are taller. That messes up your gearing something awful in pulling. It just takes the guts right out of these skidders. But these tires, I don't know what these cost a piece right now, but they're more than twice what them other tires are. So you run them wide tires in the summer, you're sitting there eating up tire costs and taking a wider footprint in the woods when you don't have to.
How's Larry? Oh yeah. Among the best. Don't be jealous, Larry.
He's jealous. Man, I got to work on the trucks too. I'll take y'all a quick trip to the trucks. It ain't very often I talk about these trucks. I get people ask me once in a while, you know, how's the stock and everything. Here's how we keep whiting. All the hand tools is in here that's not power tools. Let me take off this filter. All the hand tools that's not power tools are in here. You know, you got all your stuff in there and all that good mess. And all your wrenches, your homemade wrenches and stuff down there. This next bin is hammers and all the waltz And then all your bits and stuff for DeWalt's, and then your specialty hand tools and your stubby wrenches and stuff. All the driver's side of the truck's all tools. That's the way I do these trucks. And then here's caps and plugs for hydraulics, your metric bolt assortment, your standard bolt assortment, easy out, or your threaders, die grinder tools and dies, tire patching kit, tire stuff, different gloves and taps and dies, and then there's big taps and dies in there, all your air chucks and stuff, and then all your die grinder stuff, all the tapes and stuff's in here. There's grease in there. And here is all the chemical stuff, brake clean, lubes, trash can without trash bag in it, your hand washing stuff, all that stuff's in there. All the air tools and stuff goes in there. The big air tools, your big inch gun and your 3/4 gun and stuff, and your hose reel and stuff's inside there. Sorry for the light. And back here's your crane stuff, all your tackle and stuff for the crane is in there. I know the lighting sucks here because I'm trying to shut the shop down. Here's all the hydraulic fittings and stuff. Your 1 inch, all your 3/4, the JIC and the red one, and the flat face in the other one. Here's your 1/4, 3/8, 3/8 again, half and 4 wire, and half and 2 wire. And all your dies and stuff's in here. And then all kinds of knick-knack parts and stuff are in these bins and boxes. The passenger side of the truck I use more for parts. Your welding rods and all that stuff. And a bunch of tire chains and chainsaw parts. Keep a brake housing rebuilt. And a crank housing rebuilt. Now we run a fleet of these. I kept a few of them in here, but we don't run many saws anymore. You know, I'm pretty much just small spurts. Then all the welding cabinet. I don't know if y'all can see this word the hoot. And there's a hose crimper, welding helmet, bottles, extension cord, and grinders, and porta powers, and there's all your hydraulic crimp specifications. But anyways, Whitey's I keep Whitey in the woods or close by. We usually try to park at the landowner's house or something so it don't get vandalized. All your hoses and stuff's in the back in the big box back there. I didn't get my oil changed in the welder and air compressor. I wanted to do that and I didn't get that done. I'll get that done pretty quick. Next trip through, I'll probably get that done. What a truck. Man, I love Whitey. Old Whitey. Uncle Tony calls it Mighty Whitey. Of course, the gray truck, this is the one we commute in. It's got a bunch of the tools in it too. And I straightened it out some. They're kind of sort of organized. There's all the hand tools inside here. There's the DeWalt cabinet. And you know, it's just kind of scaled down. There's your chemical drawer and your trash can lid and stuff. And there's your hammers and stuff up here and your easy outs. And it's a little bit different because this truck goes with me most everywhere. Got a ladder in back of both trucks. Of course, your fluids and stuff and grease and Stevie's new din bar that's 45 inches long. Then on this side, got grease and paint and stuff like that, and then spare parts in the bottom and ratchet straps and stuff. Because in this truck, it kind of has a little bit of different purpose. And there's Puddin' and the DeWalt. Somebody else has got Kate right now. And then in here be my welding compartment, because I weld, you know, I don't know if I'll be welding at the mill, be welding in the woods or whatever, so I keep a separate welding compartment in here. This truck, I'll show you. And there's DeWalt blower and stuff. I love that DeWalt blower. But in this truck, it's more, all my testing equipment's in here. I got, here's my electrical kit. This thing never gets too far away from me. There's all your testers and stuff. I got butt connectors and testers, hydraulic pressure tester, stuff to do wiring. This is for the big electric, your 3-phase, stuff like that. And there's for your 12-volt testing. Screwdrivers and stuff. I got a doodad where you can put to your ears to listen for rattles and stuff, you know, like a heartbeat thing. And then here's your AC kit for, oh, where in the hell is it? Let's see. Well, I burnt my battery out of it. And then feeler gauges and stuff like that. I keep all the knickknacks in here. This is very important to me. I keep, let's see, tack in here, tachometer, heat gun. One of FLIR heat guns is in there. Because you never know when you're going to need to heat gun something. So I keep all my testing equipment in here, and a lot of the hand tools that I can, but it's not as extensive as Whitey. But what it does have more than Whitey is more testing equipment. Now I don't have an extensive hydraulic pressure testing equipment, but I do got that digital gauge from Works A Lot got me. Thank you, Jason Works A Lot, by the way. And then, you know, just your typical caliper and stuff like that, you know. Just stuff that I like to keep close to me on a daily basis as I'm going through my day. Stays in this truck. And then if we split up crews, somebody could take this truck, somebody take Whitey, and we can run two job sites. That's important. But usually I try to stay close to my gray truck, but I love Whitey. That's your extensive truck for the woods. Anyways, let me shut this off and get shut down here and get out of here. Okay, we're setting up for the yard. And I'm gonna have to cut this tree. Oh. This is for the new job. And Joni is waiting on us to get done. And there's the tree we gotta cut. Here you go. I gotta get gas. Be friendly.
Is it taping?
Yeah.
There's our mascot.
So have your mask on?
Yes, he gets so excited. I look like I've been drugged through the bars. He's got toenails on him like claws. Yeah, this is always the nerve-wracking part of everything. Getting started. Once we get started, it flows great. But we are blessed to be logging this morning. Some places got 8 inches of rain last week when the hurricane grazed us a little bit. And here all we got was 4. There's a combine flying down. The farmers are getting back in high gear again. We're lucky to be on sand. Now you can see where Tater's dug it up quite a bit, but his machine just is a digger. It's a big old heavy thing. If it turns, it's going to dig. I don't care how wet it is. But that keeps the dozer man busy. Beautiful day. We're about to that time of year whenever the guys that are hand cutting get a big thrill when they cut a big tree and it hits the ground and all the leaves fly back up. Joe Glenn's talked to me about that before. That's one of the reasons you hand cut timber and enjoy your job. It's kind of deadly and you wouldn't think anybody would like it, but I guess it's a thrill every tree. But I asked him one time what was the best time to cut a tree. He said in the fall there's a few days when the leaves fall, they're on the ground, you cut a tree, it hits the ground, and there's just a whirlwind of leaves that fly back up in the air. He said that's when you want to cut a tree. Joe Glenn's a sick individual. Big Daddy getting everything pushed back so we can run along the edge of the woods instead of out in the field, although compaction's no problem here. Pretty hard to compact this sandy soil. And I wish we never ever had to hand cut a tree, but you know, that's part of it. No oil, Are you kidding me? No, you must have oil. I know. I'll help you, buddy. I'm right here.
That dog acts like run.
They don't have no brains. He fit right in with our crew. He's a sweet little dog. I'll talk to the landowner after a while. It's Sunday and I'm sure he's gone to church, but I'll talk to him after a while. See if he can't tie the dog up. He won't leave us alone. I'm afraid he's gonna get a tree on him. Pretty little red bone pup, just full of life. Oh, there we are. I don't know how this thing works. I just touched it. Now I can see what I'm shooting. Well, I'm just taking the trash out of the way so we can get ready to set the boom. I got a bunch cut back there. I was gonna come in a couple hours late this morning and try to do a little bit of finishing up on the farm. We done a bunch of chert haul and patching roads and feeding areas and stuff yesterday. Of course, like everything else, we get about 2/3 done. It's time to go back to logging. But that's what's important because that's what feeds us. The farm's a disease. This is our livelihood. A big old ash starting to die. Hate to see them cut these with a chainsaw. When they start down, lots of times you got that rain of them dead limbs coming down. It doesn't look like there's too many in that one. You know, back when me and Phil started out 50 years ago, nobody knew anything about this fancy directional felon and all the fancy hinges and stuff they use now. Cutting's got a whole lot safer even with the chainsaw since everybody's better trained. Phil was a timber cutter back then. He actually learned to cut timber on right-of-way jobs. He worked construction before he went in the timber business for a little while. And he cut a lot of trees, but not a lot of them very professional. But we got the job done. Not like they do now. Of course, these big machines, if you can get over the hump of paying for them and figuring out how to get yourself all tooled up, ain't nothing like them. There she goes. Hope you're watching, Joe Glenn. Yeah, and although cutting the trees is very deadly, you know, trimming them up is where most people get hurt. There and in the log yard, cutting them up. So thank goodness we do almost all that mechanically. We just got done with the big job where we had to do couldn't get down in where these places fell with the big machines, so I had to do a lot of that by hand. I just don't watch those videos. Makes me too nervous. I'm a chicken. Scared of my own shadow, but I ain't scared of that thing. Smile for the camera, honey. We're just talking about what
Right cleared in? Does everybody know what we're doing on the job now?
No, they have no idea.
You didn't tell them all that?
No, I told them a little bit. Got a little history wove in there. Talked to him what a bad boy you was, and I should have spanked you more when you was little. It's my baby boy right here. Always will be.
Oh.
Till I'm dead and gone.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I tell my boys, I said, you'll always be my baby boys, no matter how big you get.
that all the ones that's in danger of you or not? Boy, Derek and Robin's a whacking at it. That's their pile. Stevie's got to go through their pile yet. We've been cutting around through here. You can't see all the sun glare. But we've been coming through this valley down here, and Stevie's down there working. He's having a little bit of a rough day, but he's getting it. And then I'm trying to come up clean here to Derek. I got one more tree to cut, and I think we'll start winding down for the day. But so far, the ground don't lay that bad. It's a little difficult for Derek, but it's not for Brutus. It's really easy land for Brutus.
There's that big poplar there, Wade, and if you walk down to the creek, there's 1, 2, 3 more right on the edge of the creek bank.
Beat down and to my left.
Yeah, to your left.
Okay. Copy that.
See them all once you get to the bottom.
Copy that. So, it's going. Well, I didn't really get any real good vision today. It's the first day on the job. Stevie cleaned up my trees today and fed the skidders. We had 2 skidders we started to boom. Worked away from the yard. And I cut for Stevie today. Derek took Robin and them 2 cut and skid ahead to stockpiles for Stevie later out of farther back here to feed Tiny correctly. They got him a heck of a few piles going. For them, I hope I ain't about to cross the property line. I can't be. The property line has to be up there. But man, I only hand cut 1 tree this morning, the one I got on video there earlier on Big Mama talking. Other than that, everything went rather smooth. It was a Sunday. Everybody come in on a Sunday. We've been rained out for a week prior to this. It was awful sweet of everybody to show up. We had a full crew today. That was awful nice. Thank you guys. If anybody works here watches this, thank you guys. That was awful appreciated. We get this thing parked, we'll fuel it up, and get the heck out of here. Call her a good Sunday. I don't know if y'all can see in the sun, I got a filter on this thing. Leaves are falling. You cut tree down, leaves fall all around you. Roger get a new haircut, a fuel man chew. Where'd the dog spend most of the day? At the boom? Yep. Y'all run my house, thank you. You think to me tomorrow or Derek? It makes no difference to me. What's the wall down the bottom down there? Go to Stevie. Done or not?
I got a little bit more fuel left in there.
Okay. I'll just set it on there.
Ah, Puppy, how's it do, Puppy? So goddamn. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Puppy. What you guys doing?
I probably stop in, fill mine up, and I got any more. I filled a big
What you
wrapper
doing?
up.
What you doing? I'm good here. I'm good here. Stop the puppy.
You already fueled? cane, pup. Come on, puppy. Huh? What do you think? Huh? Wanna go through some canes? He's a pretty good puppy. He's a pretty good puppy. Yeah, pretty good puppy. Get excited. Boy, get excited. He gets excited. You can't have no dat dude. You be flipping circles and I think he's flipping circles now. Dude, she got a hollow in that poplar.
Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe and hit that bell. Thanks for watching the video and make sure to get that walkway.com more. Goodbye.
Bye.